Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we are going to check fresh release from ICM. As you can see, this plastic copy is Moskvitch-401-420A. It is molded in 1/35 scale, as it's written here, so it should be handy for some interesting diorama. It is not difficult to guess that this kit is based on the previous Opel Kadett release from the same manufacturer in the same scale, and actually the product number hints that it comes right after the Kadett K38 Cabrio limousine, which we reviewed in the previous video review. You can find on our YouTube channel. And this time we get a chance to assemble the Soviet version, let's say, of this aircraft car in 1/35 scale. It is October release, so it should be already available in all good model shops. Modelimix should have it for sure. And here you can see comparison with my hand. It's not that big box, but we have quite nice box art on the front. Then here we have profile for this vehicle, but I can guess that there will be more markings included in the box. Here we have some information about the kit, so there are 150 parts, and assembled model will have length of 112 millimeters. Now you should be able to see it as well. And now we are going to open it and check what is hidden inside. The box structure is typical for this manufacturer, so it means that we have this color printed top lid, and then we have sturdy white cardboard box, which should actually protect everything what is hidden inside. So let's open it. And in the meantime, let me remind you that you can support us financially. We have a donate button on our website, so you can just click it and then you will be directed to the PayPal page where you can select the amount you would like to send us, and we will be able to use this money in order to get new kits or improve our photo and video equipment. So here you can see what we have inside. One plastic bag with all plastic sprues and also assembly manual. Of course we will check assembly manual a bit later. I would like to start with plastic. Okay, it's a resealable plastic bag, but that's not cool that we have all frames packed into the same bag. It makes it somewhat tight, I would say, so if you have a chance to open the box and check all the parts, do it. Because you can end up with some broken off parts, maybe even damaged, who knows. But as far as you can see, my kit arrived intact, and you will see it now on all frames. So here we have first plastic sprue, and ICM decided to place here the wheel rims. We have also seats, spare wheel, steering wheel, also the exhaust system here, engine parts, and again front seats as well. And we have some minor parts here, so it's worth zooming in so that you will be able to see them in detail. So here they are. These are really small. Here is my fingertip, so you have to use sharp tweezers, otherwise it will be almost impossible to get them into the right spot. Here you can see the spare wheel and also the rear seat. We also have here a radiator. Steering wheel should be glued out of several parts. That's quite unusual in my opinion. And here we have some suspension parts, engine parts, and front seats as well. And if we flip it over, here you can see that we have some guiding elements for easier assembly. It is interesting to note that this kit came out in 2013 as far as I remember, and plastic still looks good without any possible problems, I would say. And that's really cool in my opinion, that it survived the test of the time, let's say, and still looks quite nice even in 2019, 6 years later after the first release. Here we have body panels, and note that door cards are molded separately. We also have here the instrument panel. This middle insert is actually designated for use with steering wheel, and this is a front wall or the firewall which is installed in the engine compartment. From the other side you can see here the special guiding pins for the door cards, which will have to be glued here. Next we have another quite narrow plastic sprue, and here ICM decided to place the body part. So we have the soft top, we also have the windscreen, several types of them by the way, the rear section together with trunk. Also here we have more parts for the soft top. Also here you can see the parts for the folded roof version. but as far as I can imagine, we won't be using it because on the box art it was depicted with roof in the retracted position. And here from the other side you can see that there is no detailing on the roof. So if you would like to expose the interior, you will have to do some scratch building. But body panels were molded shut, so you won't be able to open the doors on this car kit. Next we have separate plastic bag. Here manufacturer decided to place the clear plastic sprue. It was done in order to preserve all parts intact, and obviously here we have all glasses for the vehicle. Molding quality looks fine, but you will have to cut masks because there are no masks and no templates for cutting masks. I hope maybe some manufacturers will start to adapt the templates in the assembly manual so that at least we have some reference in order to cut masks and save some time. Here we have another plastic bag. This one is dedicated to vinyl parts. So these are typical vinyl tires, of course not the coolest thing to see in the car kit, but still it should be more than enough for the out-of-the-box 135 scale build. If you would like to have something better, you have to check the aftermarket upgrades. Maybe there will be something interesting and worth installing on this vehicle. Next we have last gray plastic sprue. Let's zoom out a bit. So here we have more of the body panels. Whole floor is molded together with wheel arches. Here we have the rear section. Front wheel arches are molded separately. You have to insert them actually here inside. Then here is the roof, the bonnet parts. As you can see, these panels are molded separately. Frontal section of the bonnet is also separate. And here we have some of the suspension elements as well as the drivetrain. And if we flip it over, here you can see that there is some detailing on the bottom of the vehicle and also wheel arches, because these elements will be almost visible on the vehicle, so that's why manufacturer decided to mold some details on this as well. Next we have another thing which is handy in the assembly process. That's assembly manual, of course. So let's zoom out a bit. But I can guess that inside we'll have also the decal sheet. So this one is quite small, and I will try to show you the decal sheet like this. Maybe camera will focus, maybe not. If not, we have to zoom in. Now it should be focusing on this decal sheet. And here we go. So here we have all the necessary symbols for several marking options. We even have the chrome decals for the badges. As you can see here, manufacturer also placed several types of the number plates. So it will be up to you which one you will use on your vehicle. But printing quality looks really good, so I don't think you will have any issues with this part of the kit, let's say. Next, as I said, we have the assembly manual. This one is printed in form of large brochure, and I'm going to show it in a second. So first of all we have short history note, Russian and English, technical specifications, safety advices, and paints chart here. If we flip over the page, here you'll notice that there are some parts marked with red. Obviously they won't be used in this version of the car, and they can go to your spare parts box. Next, everything starts with the bottom of the car. Here we assemble the seats, and then we install the seats into the vehicle, both rows by the way. Then we continue with control elements. Here you install the firewall. Then here we assemble the door panels and pillars, which will be actually installed on the body panels. Then all this stuff gets assembled together on the vehicle floor. Here, by the way, you can see the wheel arches being installed into the place. And next we continue with windscreen. Here is the drivetrain part, steering wheel, engine. And engine should be quite detailed out of the box, especially for this size, for this vehicle. It should be more than fine. and the only thing which is required from you is to carefully paint this stuff and maybe open it somehow, because as far as I remember, manufacturer does not provide you an option to open the bonnet. Here we assembled the rear wheel axle, then we continue with exhaust system, install the wheels here, then we continue with front mask. Here we have the bonnet panels. And why I'm a bit confused, because as far as you can see, there is still shown in the closed position, so there is no offer to build them in the open position and expose the engine. But at least here we have the choice between assembling the vehicle with retracted roof or folded down roof, so it will be after you which one you choose. Here we installed the spare wheel, and note again that you can choose between the version with vinyl tire or whole plastic version. Here is the installation of the rear bumper. Here we have the front one. Next we continue with the number plate, and that's basically all the steps you have to perform. 63 steps, by the way. And next we have the marking guide. So this one comes from late 1950s, another vehicle from late 1950s, and here we have two more, both from this one from late 60s, and this one is also from late 1960s. So 4 marking options in total, and that's really cool. I think that's more than enough for such kit, and maybe you can also experiment with your own marking ideas. As I said before, this kit is already available for purchase from official ModeliMax website, so you can just go there and order it straight away. Of course, I will be happy to hear what do you think about such vehicle in 1/35 scale. Write it here in the comment section below. I will be happy to discuss it with you. And if you like this video, press the like button because it will help us greatly. You can also press the subscribe button here so that you won't miss any new video review. And I will see you in the next video as usual. Bye.